Now follow the instructions which are coming on your screen. All work will be done in your school copies. Leave 2 pages blank. On next page, make a unit title page. On the next page, you'll be leaving 2 pages. Then on the next page, you will be doing word meanings, then question answers, and then in the grammar portion, you have to do your essay, letters, and application. And for reference, you have your course books and your workbook. So, unit number 3 about the ship. Yesterday I asked you to read the unit and I had about the ship of your course book, page number 35. Hope you have done your pre-reading task. Open your books to page number 35. Yes. About the ship. What do you mean by the title? What do you understand by the title of the unit? About the ship means on or onto a ship. It means that you are on the ship or in the ship. So before we start reading, I will tell you what the narrative is about. The content tells us that there is a young girl named Lynn who is traveling with her parents on the ship to England. She is very upset and does not want to leave behind her home, family, and friends. She does not want to go to a strange, unknown land and of which she hardly knows what language to speak of that, and she doesn't know the language of that land. She feels that she is being forced to adapt to the new surroundings, especially when her parents give her an English name. Her English name was Anne, and her original actual name was Lynn. Now I will read the text pairwise and explain it to you. Now, para number 1. It was going to be a long journey. It was not. I was not looking forward to sailing half a world away. In fact, I could not understand my parents' decision. Weren't we fine back at home? There, at least, we had our family and friends and a familiar environment where we all spoke the language. Why leave all that behind to go to some strange country where we didn't even speak the language? So here Ling is telling us that it was a long journey. That means that they had to travel a long distance. She was not looking forward. She was not expecting to traveling. She was not expecting to travel half of the world away. Half of the world away means that to travel to the opposite side of the earth or to the different world. Actually, Ling could not understand her parents' decision. She could not get why her parents decided to migrate, leave their home and go to a different country. Link is questioning herself that weren't they fine back home? That weren't they all right at home? At least back at home, they had their family, friends, and had a familiar environment. That means they had a familiar surroundings. They knew everything about their place, where they spoke the language. They knew, and they even knew the language and could easily speak and communicate with others. She is doubtful to leave behind a familiar place and go to a strange country, and of which she didn't even knew the language. Now where they are moving to, they don't even know the language of that country. So now I'll read para number 2. My parents kept asking me to get out of the cabin and get some fresh air. Much good that would do me. It wouldn't take away the nauseating feeling of fear and uncertainty. This experience was beginning to unsettle me. Nonetheless, I allowed myself to be dragged out of the cabin and up onto the deck. So, in para number 2, Link's parents kept asking her to get out of the cabin. There are different rooms on the ship. So, the cabin is also called a compartment, and to get some fresh air. Their parents wanted her to move out of the cabin to have some fresh air. Ling knew that it would do much good that would do me. That means it wouldn't help her a lot. It wouldn't do her any good. But her parents thought that it would improve her condition. Ling knew that it wouldn't take away the nauseating feeling, means that sickening feeling. You're not feeling good. You're not feeling okay. Of fright. She's having the feeling of sickening feeling of fright, fear, and uncertainty. That means doubtfulness. The experience means the event. The event was beginning, starting to unsettle. Unsettle means to disturb her, to upset her. So she had a nauseating feeling, she had a sickening feeling, and this event was starting to upset her. Here, nonetheless means in spite. Nonetheless means in spite. In spite of that, although she had a bad feeling of fear, but in spite of that, she allowed herself to be dragged out. Dragged out means to be pulled out of the cabin and moved to the deck. And moved to the deck. Deck is the platform of the ship. Is a platform of the ship. Now I read the third para. There were quite a number of people on the deck. There were some like us, passengers who looked unsure and kept mostly to themselves. There were other passengers who seemed to have struck up conversation, most likely with their fellow countrymen. Most of the passengers spoke in English, and I looked on in horror as my father engaged in cordial conversation with another passenger. He spoke in halting English and tried to speak freely with the other people on board the ship. It was awkward to see the other person straining to understand him and get past his heavily accented English. So, in this para, Ling is telling us that there were quite a number of people, there were many people on the deck, and there were some people who resembled them, who looked like them, and were looking unsure. That means they were looking uncertain. They were looking uncertain. Students, please check your connection. Duali Mother, Vinesh, please check your connection. Hamza. So they were uncertain, they were not confident, and kept mostly to themselves means that they did not talk much with other people. There were people, they, they were the people who were immigrants like Ling. Okay, other there were other passengers who were traveling and who struck up conversation means that they struck up conversation means that they started to have a talk. They started to speak with the fellow countrymen, means fellow citizens. That means they were talking to their fellow nationals. So most of the passengers were travelers, spoke in English, and Link was very terrified. She looked in horror. She looked in fear when she saw her father engaged. Engaged means involved in cordial conversation. She looked in fear at her father when she saw her father involved in cordial conversation. Casual conversation means in a very relaxed, informal way of talking. If her father was talking with someone in a very relaxed manner with the other passenger. He was speaking in halting English. Now, this halting English means that he spoke very slowly and very hesitant, and he was very hesitant. He tried to speak freely. Here, speak freely means that he tried to speak without worrying about what he was saying to the other person. So, this is the way her father spoke. So, on the boat on the ship, and he was talking to the people on the ship. It was awkward. Here, awkward means embarrassing to see the other people straining. What does straining mean? Straining means to make unusual great effort to hear and understand. So the people who were talking to her father were putting in a lot of effort to hear him clearly and understand him and get to know what was he trying to say. As his accent was thick, so heavily accented means the way of speaking in heavy, strong regional pronunciation. That means he was from a different country and his way of speaking was heavy and strong. So Ling was embarrassed by him because it was hard to fit into a new country and she could not understand why her father wanted to migrate. So on the page we have a question there. How what impression do you form of the immigrants? What impression do you form of immigrants? They were not confident, immigrants were not confident, they were unsure and kept to themselves. They did not talk much. Now I'll read para number 4. While I could understand a little of the language thanks to the lesson my parents made me take after school, I would never have tried to speak English to another person. It was too hard to formulate my sentences and even harder to understand what they were trying to say. Perhaps I should have admired my father's attempt to mix with the other passengers. After all, we were going to live in a foreign land and would certainly need to speak a foreign language. Yet, all I felt was embarrassment. Worse, they had even given me an English name to help me fit in. So, Ling, I'm explaining it to you that Ling understood a little of the language due to the lesson her parents had made her take after school. So, after school, she used to take English speaking class. Otherwise, she would have never tried to speak English with another person. It was too hard to formulate, that means it was too hard to think of sentences and even harder to understand what the other person was trying to say because it was not her native language. She didn't knew what the person was trying to say. It was difficult for her to get the understanding. Perhaps Ling was uncertain here that maybe she should have admired her father's efforts to speak, to get involved, mixed with the other passenger. And after all, they were going to live in a foreign land, means in a strange land, in an unknown land, and would certainly need to speak a foreign language. That means they had to speak the language of that country. So that was unknown to them. Yet, still, still, what she felt was embarrassment. She was uneasy. She felt uneasiness. And the terrible thing was that her parents gave her an English name. They gave her an English name. What was the name? Anne. To help her settle into an English-speaking country. So now para number 5. Anne come here. Say hello to Mr. Pickering. I heard my father saying. He motioned for me to go over. I muttered a greeting and managed a smile. What I wanted to say was that my name is really Ling. not Anne, and I wish that I could go back home. I pretended to be interested and answered Mr. Pickering's question politely. And when I understood them, fortunately, I think he knew my limitations, so he asked me very little. So her father called her by her English name to go to him and say hello. That means to greet Mr. Pickering. He motioned. He motioned means he signaled her daughter, he gestured her daughter to go to Mr. Pickering. Link murmured, said in a low voice hello. That means she greeted Mr. Pickering in a very low voice and succeeded to smile and managed a smile, that is she managed and succeeded in smiling to him. She didn't like her father calling her by her English name and wanted to go back home. She didn't like this at all. She didn't like to talk to the foreigner and go to him and be, she wanted to go back home. She pretended, she assumed to be interested, involved, attentive to what Mr. Pickering was trying to say. And she pretended to be interested, involved, and answered the questions that Mr. Pickering was asking in a very polite way. Very politely means in a very civilized manner when she understood what Mr. Pickering was asking. She answered in a very civilized manner. Fortunately means luckily. Luckily, she thought Mr. Pickering knew that she was not fluent speaker in English. So he guessed her limitations. Limitations means that he guessed her restrictions of her ability to speak English. So he asked her a few questions. Mr. Pickering knew that she was not able to speak English very fluently. So he asked her very few questions. Now I'll come to the sixth paragraph. Mr. Pickering is an interesting man. He told me a lot of things about his country. England is a nice place, he said. My father proceeded to tell us everything Mr. Pickering had told him about England. Mother looked so excited. She was intrigued by almost everything, even about cutlery they used. There were forks and knives of varying sizes to be used for different purposes. The napkin had to be placed in a certain way and the glasses in a certain position. Frankly, I could not care less. We used chopsticks, bowls, and spoons at home. That was all. So Mr. Pickering was an interesting man. Ling thought that Mr. Pickering was an interesting man. He was a fascinating man. He told her a lot about his country. He gave her a lot of information about England, and he recommended that to her that England was a nice place. That means to develop her interest in moving to England and settling there. He told her that England was a nice place. So her father proceeded, that means her father continued to talk about everything Mr. Pickering had told him about England. Her mother looked excited. That means her mother looked very eager, very enthusiastic about moving to England. She was intrigued, means she was fascinated by almost everything about England. She was eager, enthusiastic, and fascinated by England. Even about the cutlery, that cutlery are the eating utensils, uh, the things which we use to keep food to eat in. Right? So the eating utensils they use, she was fascinated by that also. There were forks and knives of varying sizes. I mean, there were forks and knives of different sizes to be used for different purposes. And every utensil, every fork, and every knife of a different size has a different function. The napkin had to be placed in a certain position, that is a particular position, and glass particular way, in a certain way, in a particular way, and glasses in a certain position. So all the places were fixed about the cutlery to be kept. These were the dining skills in England. Frankly means honesty. Honestly, Ling was not concerned or interested at all in this, and they only used chopsticks, bowl, and spoons to eat, and that was all. The only things they needed as a cutlery was chopsticks, bowls, and spoons. So here we have a question. How does the writer respond to what her father says differ from her mother's response? Unlike her mother, who was very eager and enthusiastic, Ling was negative to move to a different culture and wanted to stick to what she is used to and where she belonged. She did not want to move like her mother. So we'll move to the para number 7. Mother thought that everything father said was simply wonderful. She food, you will love it there, and so her mother thought that what her father said was simply wonderful, great about England, was very great about England. She cooed means that she spoke in a soft, gentle voice with Ling and said she will love it, she would love it there by addressing her by her English name. I'll read para number 8. My name is Ling. I practically shouted. Then I stormed out of the cabin and went up to the deck. I found a quiet corner so I could be alone. I sat on the floor of the deck, buried my face in my hand, and wept. So, when her mother called her by her English name, she shouted and hated that. She shouted at her parents that she wanted to be called Ling and not Anne. In anger, she stormed out. She moved out of her cabin and went to the deck. She found a quiet corner so that she could be alone. That means she wanted to be alone in a very quiet place. She sat on the floor of the deck and buried means covered her face with her hands, and she wept means she cried. Now I read para number 9. My mind drifted to my grandmother. I miss Amma already, and it has only been 3 days. I missed everything about her, her cooking, her hugs, and even her nagging. Amma tried to look happy for us, but I knew she was heartbroken that we were leaving the country. Her mind drifted means to move towards her grandmother. Her grandmother's name was Amma. She missed her and cried. It had been 3 days she had last met her. She missed everything about Emma, her cooking, her house, and even her nagging. Nagging means complaining. When grandmother used to complain. When they were leaving Amma tried to look happy in front of them. But Ling knew that she was heartbroken. Heartbroken here means that she was suffering from overwhelming distress. She was badly hurt. Now I read para 10. I thought about school and my best friend Ting Ting. What was she doing now? Did she miss me? I thought about how much I wanted to go home. The tears would not stop flowing. Now she thought about her school and her best friend. Her name was Ting Ting. She thought that what would she be doing right now? At that time, was she missing her? She refused to take care about the new country and wanted to go back home. She couldn't stop crying. Then she heard, now I'll read number 11 and 12. Then I heard someone asking, are you alright? I looked up and saw a young girl about my age standing about a foot away. She looked at me shyly with her hands behind her back. So then she heard someone asking her if she was alright. Then Ling looked up and saw a young girl about her age who was standing a foot away, that means at some distance, and she was looking at Ling. Shyly means nervously and timidly with her hands behind her back. So hope you got the lesson. It's about a migration of a family to England. So now I'll share the word meanings with you. So we have word meanings. Nauseating means sickening. Struck off means started. Halting means to slow or hesitant. Formulate means to think of. Limitations means the curb of one on one's ability to do something. Restriction on one's ability to do something. Storm means to move in an angry way. Drifted means to move towards. Nagging means complaining. Heartbroken means full of sorrow, unhappiness. Awkward means embarrassing.